So this was supposed to be 52 apps, but in week 2, it turned into an AI-powered workflow that basically made my B-roll for me. I'm 1 month into this challenge, 1 app a week, every week for a year, and I've already learned something I didn't expect. Sometimes when I think I need an app, I actually just need a better process. Workflows can beat apps more often than I thought they would. Quick recap if you missed it. I committed to building one thing every week this year: an app, a tool, a script. The goal isn't perfection, it's repetition. I'm working on building the habit of asking, can AI do this? That's it. Month 1 is in the books, and now it's time for a recap. 4 builds this month. The first build was naturally a habit tracker for this challenge. The second build was an image prompt generator that turned into something just a little bit bigger. The third app was a food spending analyzer. And the fourth app turned out to be a Claude Cowork skill used for saving my conversational context. Let me run through each one of them quickly, and then I'll tell you big picture what building these apps has done for me this month. So week 1 was the obvious one, a habit tracker to track this challenge. But my goal wasn't to build like a sophisticated habit tracker. It was to build something that was functional and that I could use all year. But it was also a way for me to explore UI design a little bit more. My apps are usually functional, but pretty boring. So I wanted to see if I could change that this time. Once I had the tracker up and running, I used it as an opportunity to explore the new Claude Code plugin for front-end design. And I have to say, I was really happy with the results. The app is simple, it's elegant, and every time I bring it up to use it, it brings just a little smile to my face. It's a lot nicer looking than what I usually churn out, and the plugin turns out to be something I will definitely use in the future. Week 2, and already things started to get a little interesting. I started out by building an image prompt generator. Basically, I had a list of images I needed to be created by an image generation model. So I built a tool to give me consistent prompts that I could then copy and paste into an image generation model, wait for them to finish, and then download. It worked great. Obviously, that process was a little bit tedious, but the result was exactly what I wanted. But then I saw this video of someone using Claude in Chrome to work through a list of tasks, and it hit me. I could just hand Claude that list of image prompts that I needed generated, and Claude in Chrome could go ask ChatGPT to create all the images. It could do all the repetition and all the waiting around for the images to finish. Suddenly, I'm out of the loop, not doing the repetitive part at all. So here's the thing I didn't expect. The app that I built wasn't the win. The app was the foundation. The small thing that you finish today can become a building block for the bigger thing tomorrow. When that next thing shows up, you're not building everything from scratch. You've already got some pieces in place. All you have to do is just focus on the next piece, because you've already got some of the smaller ones built. Week 3, I built a food spending analyzer. Upload some credit card statements, ask it to parse the data, and you can view how much you spent on food or groceries. You can even download a spreadsheet. But the real reason I built this was to use as a prototype for my business expenses. I've got a whole year's worth of statements, and I wanted to know if I could use AI to parse through them and analyze the data to find all the AI-related business expenses. So I wanted to know if that would work or if it would fall apart. And it did fall apart just a little bit. It did okay, but the parsing of the PDF files turned out to be the clunky part. It was a little bit broken, and it was kind of token intensive. So the lesson I learned from building this app was that not everything has to take place inside the app. Seeing the parts that were a little bit crunchy in this app led me to have a conversation with AI about what might be a better way to do this. The recommendation was process the PDFs separately, build a spreadsheet first, and then once you have a clean data set, let the app just work with the clean spreadsheet. So that's not just an app, that's a better workflow. And that keeps coming up. Week 4 wasn't an app at all. It was a skill. I've had this ongoing problem for a while now. I have these long continuing conversations with various AI agents about various topics. I keep wanting to return to the topic, but I don't want to have to scroll through the whole long conversation history to remember exactly what we discussed or what decisions were made. And I definitely don't want to have to start a new chat every time and re-explain everything that's already been decided. And now that I'm bouncing between different tools and agents, it's getting harder to keep track of where I even had the conversation to begin with. And so I built a Claude Cowork skill that summarizes the information that I had in a conversation, saves it in a central repository, and makes it possible to retrieve later. That's it. It's not flashy, but it fixes an annoying problem that I've been having in my life. And that's when I came to a realization. A skill might sometimes be more valuable than an app, because I can use it across multiple types of conversations, across multiple tools and multiple agents. So I'm totally counting it. A workflow or a skill can count as my app for the week. The point was to solve problems, and sometimes problems aren't app-solvable problems. So here's what month 1 taught me. I started out thinking that apps were the output, but what I'm really building is a toolkit, reusable pieces, repeatable workflows. My image generator became an automation chain. The spending analyzer gave me a pre-processing pipeline. And the notes thing is just pure workflow. More and more, the right answer isn't build an app for that, it's build a process for that. The next lesson is that even small things can be big wins. Sometimes those small things become a springboard. Because I built the image prompt generator first, then I could act on that bigger opportunity when I saw it. I didn't have to start from scratch on this bigger project. The foundation was already there. And so every week is, in a sense, a chance for me to do a prototype, and the prototype stack. So that's the mindset shift I'm really trying to grab hold of. I used to think that I needed to know the use case before I got started on something. But now I think that might actually be a little bit backwards. I've learned that it's okay to go explore the thing that I'm interested in, and the use will reveal itself. What you're actually learning is an abstract capability. You're learning one tool in a brand new toolbox. Once you understand the tool, you'll understand how it can be used in your life going forward. And so I'm reframing the challenge for myself just slightly. I started out with the goal of 52 apps, but the goal isn't really the app. The goal is making AI my first reflex, not my last resort. I want to have more tools in my toolbox so that when a problem comes up, my first thought is, oh, I think I know a way to fix that, instead of, oh, I wonder if there's a way that AI could help me with that. I wonder what that might be. And that is the whole point of this challenge. I'm not chasing perfect this year. I'm chasing repetition. Every skill I learn, every new feature that I look into, it's building that muscle of knowledge. So if you want to join in, great. My best advice, keep it simple. Learn one small thing, fix one small problem. And if you've been taking part in the challenge already, let me know in the comments what you've been working on or what your biggest takeaways have been so far. I'm always looking for inspiration. All right, that's 4 down, 48 to go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.